Hey guys, it's Juzzy Evo X, and today we're going to look at a setup that I'd like to install to have a water sprayer setup on the SST factory OEM cooler, as you can see right here. In Southeast Asia, and where I am in Australia in particular, all GSRs, whether it be a 5-speed manual or an SST, so yes, we did get GSRs with an SST in Australia, all GSRs, okay, so not MRs, came with a factory front mount intercooler water spray. The line goes all the way to the boot, and the boots of the GSRs have a larger windshield wiper bottle reservoir. It has a separate motor on it so that one motor powers the nozzles that spray water onto your windshield, but the other one is attached to a line that comes and eventually sprays 3 jets of water across the front of the front mount intercooler. So a lot of people, particularly most of you I know are viewing from America, will not have seen this setup before. So I'm just going to show you what it actually is. So the line here, as you can see, comes around. Through there, and it comes to a splitter. Now the line splits to the left side sprayer, and then this one comes through here, loops to one sprayer, and then sprays to the middle sprayer. So just show you what that looks like underneath. So there's 1, 2, and the third one. So again, I just want to reiterate, this is a factory part. It comes from factory like this. It's not an aftermarket option, and it's not an aftermarket part. So I should say it's not an optional extra like buying an aero lip, which is another thing you guys wouldn't have seen in the videos, but you'd know if you're following me on Instagram. I've bought another aero lip. Anyway, back to the topic of this video. So, as you can see here, I've got the Dodson heated sump. So the sump is just this front pan, which you would have seen in my other videos, utilizes a line from the radiator on the other side to pass water from the radiator through this to heat up this core, and the other part of the core at the top is a finned pan cover, kind of about the same dimensions as the factory pan cover. So my issue is not that the SST temps are taking ages to heat up. What I'm looking at is I'm tracking my car, and I want to have options both whilst on the track and after completing my run to try and remove heat soak and bring temperatures back to optimal in a controlled way. So what I want to do is I actually want to look at somehow splicing into this line and then zip tying some tube that I've got over to here somewhere. Alright guys, as you can see, I've just done a quick test of the setup spraying onto the SST cooler. That's the pattern that it's spraying at the moment. Work in progress, but that's pretty decent. I'm happy with that. That width of pattern spray. I'll just move that forward a bit so that it can sort of come down a bit, but you get the general idea. Okay, so a quick recap of what I've done to make this work. So all I've done is just got one of these little 4mm T-pieces. I've cut the factory line and placed the T-piece in there so that it comes this way. I otherwise have not modified the factory lines for the intercooler sprayer at all. I've then just simply put a tube onto there, ran a couple of zip ties so that it's in place and it won't move about. So as you can see, tube goes there. Then I've got an inline connector here. Then I've got this long stick. As you saw at the beginning of the video, I've just cut it down. Initially I had it up here, as you saw in the video, and it was way too tall. So I've cut it down. I've put a slot on it so that it's on this bracket. You can see I've used a Dremel to put a slot on so that it sits flush to the bracket mount there. Just got a couple of zip ties, that's all it needs to keep it in place. So there you go. So there you've got your sprayer for the SST in place. So thinking about it now, there's quite a bit of pressure coming from these nozzles. It was certainly enough for the intercooler as well. So there is provision there, I would say, to do the engine oil cooler as well. Not sure if I will do that, because my engine oil temps have actually been fine. But my primary concern was trying to get the SST oil temps to sort of stabilize even more. So yes, the Dodson sump is great to bring the temperature up, and then when it's at temperature it does do a reasonable job. But of course, even then, you do get to the point where you're on the track and you're pushing the car and the temps get too high. So yes, you've got the option of getting something like a aftermarket oil cooler or fans for the oil cooler. I don't really like putting the alternator under more load, so some little tiny thermo fans are good, but of course any fan works more efficiently when it's got channeled air. So when you've got a shroud around it which is specifically designed, you can get them for oil coolers of this size, but I'm just going to see how this goes, and if I don't end up being happy with it, then it's no sweat to simply cut those lines and then just put that one piece joiner back down and it's back to normal. But I think that's a pretty decent setup. So the tube was $10. Pack of these, I've got so many left now, was about $5, and this sprayer piece was $5 as well, so $20 in Australia. I'm sure it's a lot cheaper in America. Unfortunately, you guys don't actually have the sprayer, so this will help out anyone who's watching in the Southeast Asian region at least, to have a SST water cooler spray. Just a couple of quick things whilst I'm here. I hope you guys enjoy my content and that you like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any questions or if you've got any suggestions for videos, please let me know. I'm on Juzzy Evo X on YouTube and Instagram. Since I've seen you last, I haven't had a chance to go out and take photos or video footage of the car because of the coronavirus now in 2020. But here's a quick look at my Raise CE 28 SL 18 by 9.5 plus 22. So I went 22 this time instead of 15. Wheel is flusher for guards now. It doesn't go outside like it used to. No rubbing issues whatsoever. It does bring the wheel closer to the coilover, but it's not hitting, so no issues whatsoever. And as I said at the beginning of the video, the other thing I've done is I've recently purchased a red OEM aero lip. I've fully sanded it back down and painted it at home to colour match the frost white colour that my Evo 10 is, and that's come out pretty good as well. So overall, Corona projects. Why don't you let me know what yours are. Thanks again guys, I'll see you in the next video.